Unit Test 4. Listening. Speaker 1.
One of the most extraordinary people I've heard of is a friend of mine, Steve Jussop. He was involved in a car crash 3 years ago, which wasn't his fault, by the way. And when he woke up in hospital, he was paralysed from the neck down. Now, Steve had apparently been a really active and sporty person before the accident, so the injury must have been nearly impossible to accept. Anyway, Steve is a real fighter and doesn't let anything get him down, so he refused to believe that he would remain paralysed forever. He worked and worked at his exercises and never gave up hope. The result is that now he has recovered use of his arms and some feeling has returned to his legs. He knows he will walk again. What an amazing man.
Speaker 2.
I immediately think of a person I read about last year who had become a self-made millionaire by the time she was 16. Her story was really inspirational. She came from a very poor family and rarely attended school because she had to do jobs for her mom, who was a single mother. But she discovered that she had a gift for persuading people to buy things. She started with selling flowers that grew around her home and then began to design party invitations, which she sold at the local shop. From there, she progressed to learning how to use an old laptop she was given and started buying and selling online. Now she's a millionaire.
Speaker 3.
For me, one of the most extraordinary people I've heard of has to be the writer Agatha Christie. She wrote so many amazing books that have entertained people all over the world for more than 50 years. The mysteries that she wrote were very clever, and she paved the way for a long line of writers who developed the detective story in many ways. And also, from what I can remember, she was quite a mystery woman herself. There was a period when she completely disappeared and nobody really knows what she did in that time. She was a most extraordinary person.
Speaker 4.
There are a lot of extraordinary people in the world, people who do great things for others, or just show a lot of courage and bravery in difficult situations. My choice is a person who isn't really like that. She is extraordinary for different reasons. I suppose I've chosen her because she is simply so different to anyone else I've heard of. Her name is Sister Wendy, and people have only really heard of her because of her few appearances on television. She lives alone in a caravan and spends all her time praying, but she also has a special gift. She is a talented art historian. From time to time, she comes out of her solitude in the caravan to do a TV series or an interview. Her knowledge and ability to talk about art is quite unbelievable.